Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the $10,000 Options Lab. Uh, this will be week six. As if you've been following along, this channel is about small account options trading, mostly options selling. From a, I don't know if I consider myself an amateur, but I'm certainly not an expert. So, um, kind of follow along with my journey here and see how it goes. I've been having pretty good success with this account. uh, Following a couple different strategies. And this week I tried another strategy that I had done before, but I just wasn't really a big fan of it, so I stopped doing it. But I tried it again this week, and that's put credit spreads. I've done them. I've done a few here and there in the past. The thing I don't like about put credit spreads is the risk to reward is just so bad. It's usually at least a 1 to 3 risk reward or 3 to 1 risk reward. Um, and it's you get 7 or 8 wins and one loss wipes all those out. So that's why I don't usually trade those. But I was doing a little bit of research on them and figured I'd try it again. Uh, had quite a bit of activity this week in my account. um, Even though, as you can see, I grabbed a screenshot of last week. This was last week. My account when I did my video last week was $11,922. You can see I'm down about a little over $400 this week. However, most of that was unrealized losses. There was one loss that I did take, and that was my lift. What was it? My lift puts. Um, I sold lift puts back on uh, January 7th for $1.03. So sold them for $103. They had earnings this week, and it dropped pretty hard. I went ahead and bailed out of them. They were going to expire next Friday. I got out at 325, so I lost, I don't know, $2.22. So I lost $222 on the trade. Uh, that was the first loss I had in this account since like November. And that might sound like that's really awesome, and I guess it is, but I don't have trades every day. There's some weeks I rarely have any trades. So it's not like I had 5 trades a day and I had my first loss in 300 trades. So it's not that impressive, but still, it's good not having a loss for 3 months, whatever it was. So here's my account right now today, 11,505. Since I opened this account in early September, I'm up $28 on it. For the in the 1 year, it's pretty much the same thing because it's been that's a calendar year, I believe. Year to date, not too good. I'm down 15%, $2,000 year to date. That is unrealized losses. I have not closed those accounts yet. The big one is these two TQQQ calls. I'm in for those for about 1,700, so that's $600 I'm down there. SoFi, I'm into these for about $26 a share, so that's like $1,400 there. I'm down. Down on these. So SoFi is really killing me right now, but I have a lot of time left on them. Obviously, these are shares, so they're not going to expire at all. These are options. They're going to expire in 10 months, so I have a lot of time left on those. So what I did close was on Monday the 9th, uh, I opened a SPY put credit spread, and it was more of a test just to try to remember how to do it. Not that I needed to remember, it's just not hard to do, but I sold the 674s or 677s, bought the 674s for a $40 credit. I set a target of 60% of that $40, so they closed actually the same day for $16. Uh, so that was a round trip for me. So I didn't expect them to close that day. They were, I believe those were this week's expirations. So I knew they were going to move quick, but I didn't know that they would close out that quick. That was Monday. Tuesday, I closed. I had a SoFi $27 call that I opened on January 30th for $15. Now, my average on SoFi is about 26.50 ish, $26 somewhere in there. So I don't want to sell calls for less than what I'm into them for. That reason I sold a $27 call, which isn't going to get you a lot of premium. Um, so I only got $15 for them, but on those I set an 80% profit target. I closed them out on Tuesday for $3. I only made $12 on it, but it's $12 I wouldn't have had. It was either just let it sit there and do nothing or make $12 on it. So uh, I was pretty safe with it. If it did hit the $27 strike price, that's awesome because I'm up probably $1,000 on my other positions on SoFi. Uh, on Wednesday, I told you I closed the lift calls, lost $220 on that. I opened those on January 7th, so that was about a 6 week trade. Um, Also on Wednesday, uh, I sold, what did I do here? I sold a TQQQ call, $55 call. Next week's expiration, I sold that at $33. Um, Today that closed with my 80% profit target. It closed at $6. So made $27 in 2 days on that one. And then I had also on, well, that was today, that closed today. Also today, I had SoFi $35 March 20th calls. I opened those on February 2nd at $14 and closed it today at $6. I only made $8 on it, but again, it was either let it sit there and do nothing or make $8. So I made $8 on that. Um, Also today, I opened a SPY put credit spread, which you can see up here on my screen right here. This was uh, the 666 and 661 put credit spread. I opened it for $65. Currently, it's at $46. I already have my sell in there, my target 60%. For put credit spreads, I think I'm going to stick with about a 60% price target, only because I don't like the risk reward on them, and I understand that if I open with a 15 delta, gives me an 85 roughly 85% chance of being correct. And I understand if I put a stop loss in there, that changes that 85%. It's going to reduce it. But I think because of the 3 to 1 ish risk reward, I'm okay with doing that. So I have a target set for $25. If it hits, I'm going to make $41 or $40 on it, and my stop loss will be when price breaks that 666. That'll be my stop loss. So it'd probably be closer to about a 2 to 1 risk reward. So I'm going to try that out. I'm going to play them pretty conservatively for pretty small amounts. That way, until I get it ironed out, if I do have a system or something that doesn't work right, I'm not going to get dinged too hard on it. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. But this is my account today. You see I'm down roughly $400. Um, if you look back at my channel, it used to be called just Optionizer SS, which is I was trading a lot of options back when I started this, and then I was trading some futures. I'm still trading futures. Um, if you look back, if anybody's interested in learning about futures or seeing how I trade my futures, or maybe even doing my futures, showing my trade futures trades on here, let me know in the comments. I can start doing that too. Uh, I'm pretty much doing automated. It's kind of like an auto bot trading the futures. Um, I'm still controlling it. I'm still watching it. I'm still controlling my stops and my targets. So it's not fully 100% automated, but it automatically enters the trades when certain conditions are met, and it automatically sets my price target and my stop, and then I'll adjust my target and stop from there. Um, I've done that. Uh, I've been doing that for a while. Uh, using Apex Trader Funding. I've just got a $500 payout yesterday, and I should be getting an $800 payout early next week. So I have a third account that I'm getting close to getting the payout level on it. Uh, but if you're interested, let me know. Put it in the comments, and I can start showing those on videos. I'll probably do a separate video on those. Maybe I'll do those like Monday morning before the market opens, and do the options ones on Friday afternoons. Um, I'd probably keep them in the same channel because I don't really want to break everything up and have to go to two different places to find stuff. So I'd probably keep it in the same channel. But I could do something with the title so you'll recognize right away whether it's options or futures. So, but anyway, if you like what I'm showing, like, subscribe, and share. Um, I'm being as upfront as I can with this. Like I said, I'm down close to $500 from last week. Uh, I'm not concerned about it because I bought enough time. You see, I freed up by getting rid of those TQQQ. I think it was, or no, lift calls. Got rid of the lift calls, freed up a lot of cash. So, uh, anyway, like I said, like, subscribe, share. If you're interested in any of the futures videos, let me know. I use Apex Trader Funding with Ninja Trader for all the futures trades. Um, and I can share with you where the bots came from, where you can go to get them. I don't get anything, I don't sell them. I paid for them myself. The ones that I have to pay for, I paid for. The ones that are free, I'll tell you where I got them. And you can use them however you want. But if you're interested in that, put it in the comments. And like I said, last year I think I got about $1,600 in payouts. I was pretty conservative trading that because I focused so much on the Robinhood towards the end of the year. And this year already well, after early next week, I'll get my second payout. I'll be about 1,300 for this year. And I'm thinking within the next couple of weeks, I'll probably get another 1,500 to $2,000 in payouts. So, like I said, if you're interested in any of that, I've been doing that for a few years. Uh, some struggles to start with, but kind of getting it ironed out now. So again, if you're interested in that, let me know. Thanks everyone for watching, and keep an eye out for next week's video. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.